The lore of Magnetti.
The Wendigo by OK Entrance 8172. When we got out of our cars at the trailhead to start the hike, there were 6 of us. Me, Josh, Lena, Amir, Val, and Nico. We had all met during freshman orientation in college and quickly found that we shared a love of nature and were all avid hikers. For years we had talked about doing a trip like this, so when the opportunity arose, we planned it down to the last detail over the period of several weeks. We would go up into the Rockies, spend 2 days hiking in and 1 hiking out. Now, this wasn't our first rodeo. We had all done much tougher hikes than this before, but the fatal flaw in our plan was that we underestimated the weather badly. Forecasts had said that the blizzard that was coming in was going to miss our region completely, but they were wrong. It hit us, and it hit us hard. It came in so fast. Just snow whipping across the trail. It was like a curtain of white. The trail was totally cut off, and we couldn't see anything. We had been blinded. So when we found the cabin, we thought we got lucky. The thing, it was already half buried in the snow, tucked under a slope of pines. I don't even know how we found it. There was no clear path leading to it. And just looking at it from the outside, you could tell it never had power. But we tried the door, and to our infinite relief, it creaked open. And peering inside, we could see dry wood, some old furniture, and a fireplace. It was like something from an old movie. So as we started stumbling in and exploring our new sanctuary, that's when we found the back room. Amir was the first one through the threshold, and he threw down his pack, jostling the table that was up against the wall. As Josh started coming into the room, that's when he saw the journal that was sitting on it. It was open to some entry from the late 70s, and when Lena saw it, she got so excited. Lena was a history major, so stuff like this was just so cool to her. She insisted that we all sit down and read the thing.
Entry 1, January 3rd, 1979. If you're reading this, then you got caught too. Do not trust the voices outside. They'll sound like people you know, but they're not. We tried to eat the rations first, then the dogs. We made it 12 days, then James disappeared.
We all thought it was a big joke, an edgy prank journal left behind by bored campers looking to scare whoever came across it first. Josh, he laughed, but Lena didn't. She just sat there transfixed, staring at that handwriting and those old crinkled pages. She insisted that they looked authentic. Not too long after that, Amir pointed out that there didn't seem to be any animal tracks outside. No signs of birds. Oddly enough, no wind either. It was as if the snow was just pressing in around the cabin. Later that night, we heard the knocking. This wasn't on the door, no. It was on the walls. like someone tapping with their fingers. After about an hour, Nico had enough. He opened the front door and shouted out into the snow. Nothing. There was no echo, just thick, unnatural silence on a white landscape.
Entry 2, January 7th, 1979. It took Sarah last night. She stepped outside to pee. We only found her boot. Just one. The prints, they encircled the cabin 4 times before disappearing. There's something out there. It doesn't come in, but it's watching. It's waiting.
Val, she did not sleep at all that night. She just kept staring out that window, swearing up and down that she could see a shape in the trees. Said that it looked human, but its features were wrong. It was too tall. It was too thin. Its head was tilted at her, almost as if it were listening. Then we lost Josh. He went out to get more wood for the fire from the shed that was back underneath those pine trees. He was gone for only like 5 minutes. But then we realized that 5 minutes had quickly turned into over half an hour. So we went out to check on him, and we found the shed deserted, but the door was open. Inside there was this smear of something dark in the snow. It wasn't blood, though. No, it was blacker and thicker. His flashlight was lying upright like a monument, illuminating the flakes as they fell.
Entry 3, January 11th, 1979. It mimics their voices. James, he said my name last night. But James is dead. This thing, it's getting smarter, and it's always hungry. I try not to look at it, but I saw it once. In the reflection of the window, it has no eyes.
We're 3 days in now. God, rations, they're getting tight. This blizzard, it's just not letting up, not at all. And last night was bad. It was really bad. Amir, he woke up and claimed that he heard Josh whispering to him, telling him that he was cold, that he was alive and just outside on the snowbank, that he was scared and to please let him in. Well, Amir, he royally freaked out. Val, she tried to block him from getting to the door, but Amir, he just tossed her. We basically had to rush him, or he was going to go outside and freeze to death. During all of that commotion, Lena, she found something just etched into the underside of the table. Eat or be eaten. It feeds on starvation. It waits for the weak.
Things just kept getting worse. So Val, her fingers, they started turning blue. Nico became a complete mute. He wouldn't talk to any of us. And Lena, she was feverish. I swear that the cabin, it started looking smaller than it did when we arrived. And then Amir found that skull. For whatever reason, he was trying to dig through the snow by the shed, and his shovel struck something hard. It wasn't a rock. He brought it in, this bleached and twisted thing. It looked half deer, half human, antlers curving like branches, hollow eye sockets, with these long teeth and a jaw that didn't belong to any animal we knew. He said he felt warm holding it. We begged him, Amir, please, leave it outside. He refused, said he felt stronger, less hungry. That night, he sat by the fire, cradling that skull like a trophy, or even like a baby. Then he started talking in his sleep. He was muttering in this guttural language none of us understood or could even recognize. At one point, he just stood up in front of the mirror and tried to wear that skull like it was a mask, jamming it into his face. It didn't fit, but it didn't matter. He just kept jamming it over and over. We had to stop him. Lena cried. Val, she got a hold of it and threw it in the fire. But the mask didn't burn.
Entry 4, January 13th, 1979. This thing, I think it wants a vessel, like a body to wear. It can't come inside this cabin unless it's invited. I'm sure of that. But once it finds its host, it's not going to need to knock anymore. Last night I heard Sarah's laugh in my own voice. I think, oh Jesus, I think I'm the host.
That night, Nico disappeared. And Amir, he hasn't moved all night. He's still staring into the mirror. Through that stupid skull. Damn it, it's not a skull. Through the mask. Grinning. I don't think it's Amir anymore.
Entry 5, January 14th, 1979. There's only 3 of us left now. And I'm hungry. So very, very hungry.
Val was next. She started talking to herself, pacing around the cabin. Then, one morning, she was just gone. No door left open. No window broken. Just gone. Lena, she tried to hang on, but the fever, it took her mind. She started talking like Amir. Same words, same pauses, that same wrong grin. I woke up and found her standing over me, whispering.
It's really not so bad if you just give in.
I ran. I locked myself in the pantry. Lena, she scratched at the door for hours. Then silence.
Entry 6, January 16th, 1979. Illegible.
I haven't seen anyone in almost 2 days. Or
At least I think it's been 2 days. It's really hard to tell. I'm still locked in the pantry. I'm pretty sure I'm the last one left. Only I'm not. Not really, am I? Because he's outside. Amir. Or at least what's left of Amir. He knocks sometimes, on the window. Just once every hour. Speaks to me, too. Sometimes he uses Josh's voice. Or Lena's. Once he spoke to me in my own voice. The Dominic, buddy. It's safe now. The storm is over. Come out. I know it's lying. But the worst part is I'm not cold anymore. I'm not hungry either. I just feel light. I caught a glimpse of my reflection in the glass. My eyes, they look darker. Not just the color. Like they were deeper. Like something is looking out through them. And the knocking, it's getting louder. I can't write much longer. My hands are shaking. He's at the door. He's saying, I know you're tired, Dom. Come out. Come see your friends. I don't want to be alone anymore. I'm gonna open the door. Damn it, Dominic. I was really rooting for you. I was hoping that you were gonna somehow defeat the beast that Amir had become. But that's not what was in store for him tonight. I should have known that when Lena lost her mind. They really should have just taken that mask from Amir as soon as he brought it in and smashed it into a million pieces and let the dust fly off into the wind during that blizzard. But what they really should have done was taken the weather forecast with a grain of salt. So New Englanders like myself know that weather forecasts can be notoriously unreliable. So, for instance, a lot of times we'll be told that it's going to be a bright, sunny weekend on Tuesday, and then by the time Friday rolls around, we end up having nothing but pouring rain for days on end. So, when you're planning a trip like this, if there's even a hint of a blizzard in the forecast, think twice, my friends. Now, there is something that is truly chilling when you have a story that involves the Wendigo or Revenants in general. To me, what they represent is the degradation of the human spirit in the face of incredibly daunting adversity and the fall into something that is less than human. The thing is, when we let our baser hungers take control of us, which is essentially what creates a Wendigo, that is when we run the risk of becoming monsters ourselves in reality. So this was really a spectacular story, and I would like to thank our author for tonight, OK Entrance 8172, for allowing me to bring their tale to life.
If you enjoyed what you heard tonight, please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and allowing notifications so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Who knows, it might keep Cherub at bay, at least for a little while. So with that, I will bid you all adieu. Goodbye and good night. Sleep tight, my friends.
Oh, Magnetti. You poor, predictable, sentimental soul. You think a video outro and a moral lesson about base human hungers is going to undo the horror that you just narrated? Please. If moralizing kept the Wendigo away, half of Canada wouldn't be screaming into the void right now, would it? 6 hikers, 1 cursed cabin, and yet somehow none of them smashed the weird mask? Not even once? It's like handing your soul to an eldritch horror and asking, "Do you take Venmo?" But I'll admit, the symbolism itself is quite beautiful. You see, the Wendigo isn't just a monster. It's a mirror, a hungry, grinning, bone-thin metaphor for obsession, starvation, and the slow, sick thrill of giving in to despair. I like that. I respect that. I relate to that. You know what else I respect? OK Entrance 8172 for crafting something truly haunting. Bravo. Truly bravo. A cautionary tale about isolation, madness, and the way your friends stop looking like people and start looking like warm meat with opinions. Delightful. New achievement unlocked. You are what you eat. You fed the hunger, and now it feeds you. You'll never be alone again. And here's your reward. In Algonquin lore, the Wendigo grows each time it feeds, expanding with every sin it's invited to commit. Kinda like your viewer retention rate, Magnetti, which, thanks to me, may one day be respectable. You're welcome. Now, keep the fire going. Keep that cabin warm, because when the knocking starts again, it won't be a mirror. Sleep well, friends, darlings, my little angels. Try not to listen too hard when you hear your name whispered in the wind. Magnetti.
Uncle Magnetti, I want to be you. Uncle Magnetti, I'm watching you. Inside your mind I twist and turn. Feed on your fear, watch it burn. Pixels distorted, reality fades. Trapped by the monster your mind has made. An angel corrupted, wings blackened and torn. A digital nightmare